What is good, YouTube? John from TeamAYB here, going to be bringing you my Spellbooks of 2013 September ban list. I can tell you one thing real quick. If you came to this video thinking you're going to see something different from what all the YCS tops look like, unfortunately, I'm just running a generic deck, pretty much card for card for Frazier, except I'm running the Mirror Force. But I am going to be talking about the deck, so if that's something you'd be interested in, feel free to keep watching the video. Alright, so the three magicians are really obvious. I really don't think I need to talk about those. The three temperance. This card, I love at 3. When I played it at 2, I felt like I never saw it. When I have drawn 2 before in the opening hand with 3, but 2 temperance in the opening hand isn't too terrible. If you open Temperance Secrets, it's a great opener. If you open double Temperance, Secret Wisdom, it's still a good opener. You're going to resolve one of these temperances, and that means this guy is going to be in the grave. When this guy's in the grave, you're going to be able to get your life off, and that's awesome. I play Priestess off of Temperance more than I play Priestess off her own effect, because there's no more Judgment, so you're not going to see Priestess. You're not always going to have 3 spellbooks, when you have Priestess in hand, unfortunately. But I do play the Justice almost in place of the third Priestess, that's how I like to look at it. Because when you use Justice effect, you get the Priestess and then you get a spellbook. There's a random one. If you have a tower, you're drawing 2 that turn, and chances are you at least have 1 spellbook. You're probably going to draw a spellbook. So yeah, Justice kind of helps Priestess a lot, now the Judgment's gone. So I really like the 1 Justice and the 2 Priestess. World, the new win condition to the deck. Everyone's been talking about it. I don't think I need to go over World's effect. 99% of the time when World resolves on the field, if whether I'm blowing up or if I just get the 2 cards into my hand, protect World with Wisdom, World usually wins the game most of the time. First turn World is an amazing play. You open up like Secrets and Temperance, you Secrets, Temperance, Master, the same opener, except you're using Temperance instead of Magician. So after whether you Crescent, Secrets, Master, regardless, you pop it. World comes out, you get Secrets and Master back to the hand. You start the game with 8 cards and a 2900 beater on the field. I mean, it doesn't really get much better than that, does it? And then even if World dies, that's quite alright. You have your Secrets and your Master in your hand. Secrets for life. Remove Banished Temperance, World comes back, that resolves again, you get 2 more cards to the hand. It's nutty, honestly. For the spells, it's kind of out of order, so I'm sorry. We're playing the 3 Secrets, the 2 Master, and the 2 Fate. These 2 are perfect at 2. This is, you obviously have to run 3. I would never run another one of these unless, something drastic changed. You don't need more than this, because then it gets too cloggy. Like, why do you need 3 Masters? You need 2 in case one's in the grave. You need to search one from the deck. If it's not in the deck, it's in your hand. If it's not in your hand, it's in the banish. You're getting it back with Eternity. I see no reason to run more than 2 of everything except the Secrets. The 2 towers, Dragoonities, Dark Worlds, MSTs are all around. You're gonna have to be prepared for these to die. And I can tell you one thing, when they kill your tower and you search another one, first thing you should do is flip this one back in your deck. If that isn't obvious, against any kind of deck that runs a field spell. The 1 life, I'm actually thinking about trying to. I can usually recycle it pretty well, whether it be banishing with Fate, getting it back with Eternity, or just flipping it back in the deck with Tower. Either way, this card wins games. Like, this card lets a World resolve. This lets you get 2 spellbooks back. This card it does amazing things. 2 Wisdom. 2 is actually perfect. I mean, there's been plenty of times, Wisdom Temperance, Pop Temperance, Summon World, Wisdom World, because, they torrential the Temperance and compulse the World. It happens. It really does. So 2 Wisdom is good, and it's even good to open with, because, Summon Magician, Torrential, I guess that's fine, never mind. That's a bad example. Regardless, Wisdom's really good. The 3 Crescent, I mean, if you really think about 3 Crescent, it's not just good, you know, off the opening hand. You have a tower on the field, your basic setup with Secrets, Master, Crescent in the Grave, you know. I mean, this is standard Yu-Gi-Oh's right here. You have your set Fate, you know, end phase, you Fate, you banish something from there. Tower flips Fate, nothing in the grave, no spellbooks in the grave. Your Crescent just became live again. So I mean, Crescent is good the entire game, you know. You can manipulate the grave so much with this deck that, you know, if you're just playing smart, Crescent is going to be live whenever you want it to be, you know. See that goes there. To Eternity. This card, I need to play it too. Because this card is your recycler, you know. This is what gets stuff from banished. And, you know, when you play 2, it allows you to loop Eternities, you know. So if you have Master, Secrets, you can go, you know, you banish these for Fate. This is all in your banish pile now. You go Eternity, get back Master, Master gets back, you know, Eternity. Or, you know, if you need that. But the point is, you know, you end up with 1 card in your banish now. The next turn, you know, you can flip this back to the bottom of your deck, you know, but you just need 2 Eternity to be sure that you're not losing your loop for the entire duel, because once these are gone, they're gone forever. Your 1 power, I don't see the need to play this at 2. I mean, the only argument is that sometimes, you know, you double boost easier when you have this at 2 because you see it more. But I mean, with the back row situation where it is now, and you know, I don't rely on resolving double boosted attack with power, you know, just to be able to, you know, win the duel. So I love it at 1. I mean, I get it when I need it. You know, I search it when I want to. 1 book. This card is amazing. I mean, I really don't have to explain, I don't think. Alright, Triple Duality. Yes, it conflicts with Crescent. I mean, but this deck is probably the best grinding deck that Yu-Gi-Oh! Has ever seen. This card is +1 every single turn. You know, you don't need to rush your games. You don't need to, you know, summon a Priestess every turn, summon a World. You don't need to play Crescent every turn. You can play this card because you control the duel with this deck, you know. You control how fast the game goes, and you're allowed to, you know, you can wait. I know you can have 3 spellbooks with a Priestess. Trust me, you can wait a turn to, you know, play the Priestess. So you don't need to special summon like a madman with this deck. So I mean, and Duality is even perfect for just baiting MSTs. I can't tell you how many times first turn, play Crescent. Okay, Duality's now dead. I set up my board. You know, the standard board. You have Tower face up. You have Magician. Then you set the Fate. Set the pot of Duality. The MST hits the Duality. Fate's still alive, ready to go. Or in an entirely another play, if you're really feeling ballsy, you set the Duality. They think you have a set Fate. They're playing around your set Fate. It's just a set Duality. They end up MSTing this or something. I mean, yeah, it's kind of defeating the purpose of getting the Fate. It's just, you know, you can play mind games with your opponent like that. And Duality's really good. Worst case scenario, it's a Wing Blast target. But yeah, I don't see why you wouldn't play 3 Duality in this deck. I mean, if you have an argument or rebuttal, I would love to hear your opinion, but I mean, the card is just too good. 3 chains, and then Warning Compulse, Bottomless, Mirror Force, Torrential. I don't actually have Wing Blast in my deck. I just realized that that's the card that I play instead of Mirror Force. That's different from Frazier's build. I'm not too sure how I'm going to fit it in, but I definitely want to play at least 1 Wing Blast because it at least allows me to, you know, have something to do with this card, you know, in worst case scenario where it is stuck in my hand. So yeah, I definitely need to fit that in. I guess I didn't realize I wasn't playing it. But yeah, that's the main board. I really don't want to cut Mirror Force though, because I think Mirror Force is really strong. It completely changes the game. I'll just go over my extra inside. They're not really done, but I guess the Darkness, Shining Elf, Gotchi, Herald, Zenmaines, Empress, double Hierophant, and then the Colossus and Crimson Blader. I want to add like an Armory Arm, just because there are things that you can go into, and there is minor manipulations. I'm gonna side Veilers, and with life, you can get some manipulation of your levels. We have 2 Mind Drain in the side, double Rivalry, 1 Jowgen, 1 D-Fisher, 1 Soul Drain, the triple MST, and then double Star Hall. Double Star Hall is really good against the Mirror, because if you lay down a Star Hall before they do, or most spellbooks aren't playing them anymore, so you play your Star Hall first, and your monsters are going to be bigger than theirs the entire game, which pretty much they can't win unless they kill your Star Hall. But yeah. So that's the deck so far. I'm going to add Veilers and Decree into the side, and then my side's pretty much going to be done. I might drop a Jowgen for another Decree. Need to play test it, need to see what the format's like, because we don't really know. But yeah, thanks for checking out the video, guys. If you have any questions, any comments, or any ideas, let me know, and I will see you guys next video.